And we are live.
Hi, everybody. Surprise! Pop up video time.
Surprise.
I'm here with Ramon Murab himself, one of my favorite people to do readings. And so, the whole reason I wanted to do this is for those of you that have been watching my channel, you know my signal has been real spotty at times. And so, this is a test run to see if I have everything hooked up. Um, we're going to see how it goes. But I wanted to bring Ramon on because the other night we were having a conversation about decks to use during the Halloween season
Mm,
and
yeah.
bones, decks with bones and skeletons. And it got me thinking about my favorite deck. My video keeps tripping.
Let me see.
So
But you
I've got to figure
like the
out what this
mm,
is, but it's much better than it has been. It keeps, I don't know if you see it, but I keep getting black spots on my screen. Like it blacks out for a second.
mm-hmm,
But
mm.
either way, it's a lot better. Let me try to jump out and jump back in. Ramon, what kind of decks do you have on hand? You talk about.
I'm very excited because I love Halloween. This is my favorite time of the year. For me, it's like my Christmas. And I have such a collection of different decks, uh, which are skeleton and skull themed. Um, and I plan to use them now a lot during this month. I love skeletons and skulls, not only in cards, but like motifs all over. To me, skeletons, when you see a skeleton, you don't see gender, you don't see race, you don't see age, you don't see social status. It's equality. That's what I see. I don't see death. On the contrary, I see life. I see ancestry, because this physical part of who we are is, inheritance of genes and DNA information from lots of ancestors before us. My parents, great grandparents, great great grandparents, and people who I never knew, and whose lives most likely, I mean, I will never know about, other than maybe doing some genealogy research. But people who were never registered. I mean, lives were lost, but they
Yeah.
exist through me. It's so, and that's the same case with everybody. So when I see a skeleton, that's what I see. It's a lot of things. I don't see death really. For the most part, in skeleton themed decks, you see animated skeletons. You know,
Hmm.
it's that kind of like
Yeah.
interesting contrast.
It's
But
true.
like I
Like the
said,
very first card on the Day of the Dead deck is the full card, and he's sitting there running down the street with his bag. You can't see my arm, but it's holding a suitcase. um, all of the skeletons on this deck are animated, and it is such a lovely deck. It is what I use
hmm
for my ancestor work. I ordered another deck. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm saving it as a surprise for our upcoming Halloween special with Chris Butler, Ken Payne, and Gerald Schwab. And
uh-huh.
I've got this really cool deck on the way, and I'm excited. It's like, yay! That's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Joanne
Your
came in.
signal your
Hello from
signal looks
Canada.
much better. Your signal
It
looks
does
much
look
better.
much better. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was the higher quality signal. I was working under a wrong assumption, and when I did my live with Jonathan Daly the other day, I was like, "This is not good." It kept
Mm-hmm.
cutting out a lot, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh crud!" So I had to do some investigation, and I found out, nope, we didn't actually upgrade when I thought we did. So,
Mm. Are you using
hmm.
a Mac?
Joanna, no, I am using an Intel. Um,
Okay.
I don't even know Acer. I'm using an Acer, an
An
Acer
Acer.
computer.
Because I was having problems. I was using a Mac. Um, Even though I was using Chrome, I was having the problem that after 1 hour, the signal will cut. It will freeze, and then that's where the problem started. And it's weird because with iPads, you can run on Safari and Chrome with no problem. But it's with laptops, Mac laptops, that you get that problem. So I ended up having to buy another laptop, a Windows based one, to try to mitigate that. And I don't have a problem anymore. Yeah.
So I have some questions for you, Ramon, because you're somebody that I
Mm-hmm.
respect. Um, let's
I
say
do too.
hello to Joanne, Joanne Miranda from Canada. I think I said that, but let me do that before I forget again. Ramon, you know I've got a website that I'm opening up soon, a tarot
Mm-hmm.
school. What is your opinion on? I've seen you talk about this before, but I want to talk about it a little more on AI readings.
AI readings. Mm. Um,
Yeah.
uh, you know, so it's a two-folded question because I've talked a lot mostly about AI art in tarot decks, and I have no problem with that. To me, it's just a tool. Um, I think
Mm-hmm.
I did talk about it briefly in the sense that, let me see if I remember. When we do a reading, we use cards or whichever divination tools we use. We're tapping into the spiritual realm and kind of a collective knowledge, right? It's like a spiritual atmosphere uh, where I believe we go back to and incorporate new knowledge to that celestial atmosphere. It's hard to explain, but so I feel that it's the same thing with AI, but in a physical sense, right? It's you're tapping into a wealth of knowledge that we've acquired here on Earth, right? And that's what AI does.
Right.
We do through AI. It's using it as a tool to be able to gather information, to process information, and access a, let's say, a data bank of knowledge. You know, it's kind of like what we do with
I agree.
cards, but it's different. It's we tap into a spiritual realm where there is a higher knowledge, a collective higher knowledge, and with AI, we're doing the same thing, but here in a digital level.
Here's my opinion on it. AI to me is of the element of air. So when you are
Mm,
using I believe that if you put your intent into it while you're working with it, like say you're
mm-hmm,
doing a question on an AI tarot read, it's the same thing. You're working with air. I know techno witches who work solely on computers, which always made me wonder what are they going to do if there's ever a long term power outage? I've
mm-hmm.
always had that question on my mind, but I've been afraid to ask. So,
I'm
um,
I'm sure there is a energetic back source that that's already there. That it's not available commercially. What I think is, like a lot of ancient civilizations, we try to tap into their history. We try to dig into their history and try to understand how they were able to do a lot of architecture wonders. Like, for example, the pyramids of Egypt, Machu
mhm.
Picchu, etc. And it's so amazing that most of the time, with even with our modern technology, we're not able to replicate, right? So I feel that if the same thing, I feel there was a digital base of information in these cultures that got lost over time, that maybe at this moment we're not able to understand or to get. Just
Yeah, I
imagine
get
like
that.
right now, half of or a big part of the information that we get or the way it's stored, it's digital, right? Music, newspapers, communications, etc. Just imagine there is a massive blackout and we're not
Mm,
able to get any type of energy source, right? To be able to retrieve that. In a way, it will be lost, right? So
yeah,
let's say civilization collapse and a new generation of people come up and
let's not
they're trying
say
to
that.
reinvent. No, no, no. Just assuming.
Yeah,
Um, a lot of that information will be lost. So I think that there is some way that this ancient information was stored that we're not able to retrieve. I mean, it's and if we don't have to go that far. If there's a lot of companies that are having issues trying to um, retrieve information stored in old computers. Those old computers in the 40s and the 50s, they're gigantic, the size of a room, with huge magnetic tapes. There's no way that they're able to connect to be able to retrieve that information because the technology has become obsolete. So even
right.
in just a few generations ago, it's hard to try to retrieve information in that is not physical.
I love living in the age where knowledge is at our fingertips. Now, the big challenge is how to apply that knowledge properly. That's one of the reasons I love tarot, is because it's a self contained guide to life. Um, I come from a witch family. A lot of people who do readings come from witch families or spiritual families. So I was lucky enough to be raised with an open mind. A lot of people come to it late in life, and I respect them wholly. To make a physical decision and say, I'm going to change the way I think and live this way from now on. I love that. I admire that. I forget where I was going with that, because that I'm always amazed at people who are able to expand their knowledge and say, I'm trying something new. And I think the
Hmm.
older I get, the more I'm respecting that. Um,
I think we go through that process a lot.
knowledge, yeah,
Hmm.
knowledge should be handed down from generation to generation. Unfortunately, it's what knowledge is being handed down. That's the question. So I really, this has been on my mind lately. What are we handing down to the next generation? Because there's things I want to see in the world: love, positivity, prosperity. But at the same point, I need them to have a sense of aggression and pride and a little bit of arrogance to achieve what they need and go after.
Hmm.
Finding that
Yeah.
balance for a lot of people is difficult.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, it's also it's a it's a more complex problem because we are handing down information and knowledge and trying to share experiences, but the other side, are they receptive to be able to receive that information?
good point.
How is going to be their experience interpreting it, right? Um, so that is the challenge, being able to share the information, but also the other side to be receptive to absorb it.
Um, I can't see the people who are logged on your channel. So hello to
No,
everybody watching on the Moon Scarab channel. Um,
yes, I
Gerald made
have.
a comment. Oh, you were
Gerald's
saying what?
here. We have Hershey is here. Let's see. We have Asarenko, number one. Thank you for being here. Joanne Miranda. We say hi to her already.
You said hi to Joanne.
Mm-hmm.
I love that name, Joanne. I don't know why. That's one of
Joanne.
those names that I like.
Joanne. I have a niece whose name is Joanne. But
One of my
hers is not together. Her first name is Joe and her second name is Anne. So it's Joe
Oh, it's
Anne.
separated.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have a friend like that. One of my students, actually, her name is Beth Ann. And if you're watching, Beth, hi, how you doing, love? Um, everyone's amazed because Beth is very meek and quiet, and she took my Thoth tarot class. And everyone's like, "You're not going to be able to follow it. You're not going to be able to follow it." She walked out of there following it. I'm loving her. She is phenomenal. Never assume somebody can't do something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, what decks do you have?
Gerald's gonna share your link so people who are on my side can follow you. Hershey, the shadow reader, wants to follow you. Hershey is fantastic.
I
I think you
love
two
her.
will make a good pair in a show. You'll make a great match.
I
And
think
we
I
have,
told Hershey on a recent broadcast I would like to have her on my channel.
mhm.
Let's see the
Yeah,
new comments.
you're not able
Oh,
to
thank you.
post the comments.
I can't see who's on your channel. I don't think. Oh, Maruta's here. Because people are coming in, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just not catching it on time. That's possible.
Mm.
Anyway, I was asking, what kind of cards do you have with you right now, Ramon?
Right now I have a tiny fraction of the skeleton and skull decks that I have in my collection. I love I don't get tired of saying it. I love skeleton and skulls. And um
You know what's
and
amazing is when they do those reconstructions on the crime shows. I love those when they put the little
mhm.
clay on the face and then make it. It's amazing. It's totally amazing.
Yeah.
So continue.
So in my pantheon of tarot publishers, there's a few that I like, like Christopher Butler and many
Mhm.
others, but one of my favorite ones too is Claire Goodchild. And I have like all her decks. And if you don't know who she is, she's the author of The Antique Anatomy. It's a beautiful deck.
Oh, I was gonna get that the other day. I ended up getting Witch Sister instead.
Oh, this deck is so nice. It's really good. Not only that, I have that today, and I have the Memento Mori Lenormand Oracle. So this is a 60 card Oracle deck, which the first 36 are Lenormand, and the other ones are Oracle. Amazing, amazing. And I have the Oracle of Oddities. This is out of print. It came out in three parts. I think each one of them had 25 cards, and altogether they make like this huge, massive deck, and it's amazing. So I have those three. I have the Antique Anatomy Tarot. I'm gonna complement it with the Memento Mori Lenormand Oracle and the all three parts of Oracle of Oddities. Now she's going to republish Oracle of Oddities. It's gonna be uh, a condensed edition with new cards, and I'm actually so excited to get it as well. But she's one of my favorite. Like I have three of these. I have two of these. Um, and I'm looking
I
forward
get
to
that. I
yeah.
have two of my. Oh, actually, I have a lot of Chris Butler doubles. I have the
Mm-hmm.
Hecate Path double. I have the Healing Light double. Um, but yeah, I get it, and no using the Healing Light tarot during this show for either of us. We need
Yeah.
to branch out.
Yeah. So yeah. So her images is this interesting combination
So,
of
um, you up for doing some readings? You guys want some readings? Always. So, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, and we'll go like that. Look at
so
just like that.
I'm going to
Questions are open.
yes, Hershey, you need to get those. You definitely need to get those because they're amazing. They are amazing. And they have that sort of like antique look. Like this one, for example. Look at this
Hmm.
from
Okay,
this
thank you,
oracle. This is
Gerald.
beginning. It reminds me of the Empress and Spirit. It's
Those are
beautiful. Look,
gorgeous.
look at this one. This one's called Scale.
What is it?
It's called
Oh,
Scale. This is from the Lenormand Oracle. But this will be card 50, 65, 65. It's in Roman numbers. No, what? 10, 45. 45. Yeah, 45. This is 45.
so um, yeah, that's going on my list.
S-
Gerald,
Yeah.
you've been watching the show in the past. Would you say the quality is better, my friend? I'm hoping it is. Dealing with the cable company was not fun today. That was a blast. Um, so, questions are open, you guys. Like I say, this pop up was a test to check out my system, but at the same point, spend time with Ramon because he is awesome. His readings are phenomenal. If you
Wow.
haven't seen it, we
You're
just did a
awesome.
show with Miss Tarot D, and I did not know that she was in the mafia. Did you?
And no, I didn't. I thought
She
I
said
knew
that, and I was like,
everything.
"What?"
Yeah, everything there is to Miss Tarot, but no, she completely surprised me. It was totally new material that she shared with you.
That woman is an onion. There's layers and layers to that creature. Let me tell you.
Oh my God, I that's what I told her. I actually sent her a message afterwards and I said, "You are like an onion. There are so many layers of stories with you." And I'm excited to peel each one of them.
Yeah, poor thing. If you guys are watching and know Miss Tarot D, send her some energy. She hasn't been feeling well lately. She made a Facebook post recently.
Mm.
Um,
Yep.
Diane is here. Hi, Diane. How you doing? Miss Tarot D is an onion.
Gerald
That makes totally sense. There,
totally makes everyone cry.
absolutely. So you
Okay,
use
so
the Santa
Hershey has a
Muerte deck.
question. I
Oh, she
do.
does.
I have several Santa Muerte decks. There's the one from Fabio Listrani, which
That's the one I
it might be
use.
the one you have, but I have other ones from Mexico that that are
You
it's
always get the
some of
best
them are
decks.
no, some of them are hard to find, but I'm excited because this month I'll be using them um all the way through the Day of the Dead, which is November 2nd.
I forgot to open up my cards, you guys. Ah. So I've been using this deck a lot lately, in conjunction with my other decks. It is the Dark Moon Oracle deck, and
Mm-hmm.
dude, this deck is gorgeous. And Hershey, I don't think I've ever realized how pretty your picture is.
Gerald, I got the link. Thank you. I haven't ordered it yet, but I'm on it's in my plans to do.
She makes us cry from laughing, Miss Terody. Yes, she does, Maru. She does. You never know what's gonna come out of her mouth. That's what's so fun. Okay,
Let's see.
Hershey. Card one. Well, you want me to go, Ramon?
Yeah, if you want to. I pulled my cards already, but
Sure. Okay. I'm seeing the first. Well, The cards I drew for you, my dear, were Solar Eclipse, which speaks of a revolution. Now is the time to just say, well, stop and change direction, readjust things. That is confirmed by the next card up, which is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is walk away energy. Okay. Um, the Eight of Cups to me means when you're dissatisfied with something, it's knowing when to give it up, knowing when to walk away. And sometimes it is difficult. The biggest problem we have is communicating that to other people. Eights, to me, deal with the spot of Hod on the tree of life, which is all about Mercury and communication. So I'm seeing here that now is the time for you to communicate any special needs that you may have to other people around you when you're changing your direction. Um, and I'm going to give you over to Ramon.
Okay. So I pulled four cards for you, a tarot, a Lenormand, and two oracle cards. And the first card I have is the Five of Blades, which is the Five of Swords in tarot. And this is a card about uh, you know, conflicts, a situation of trouble, right? A but it's one, if you remember the Rider Waite, it's one person holding the swords and two other walking away. It is a sense of a conflict, but in this sense, what I feel is that you've been going through a very complicated situation, a very conflictive level in your environment and making decisions, but you are the one holding the sword. You know, you are in that position that you are taking charge and you want to be victorious in whatever that you want to. You know, you will prevail. You're not the type to walk away. So the universe is recognizing that you are in this position. As we know, five is a number as well about conflict, but it's also a number related to change, right? We move from the four, which is stability, could be stagnation, into five. You know, all changes, all crisis doesn't necessarily have to be negative. It's just a symptom that something needs to be changed. And like I said, you are the one holding the sword because you are in charge and you want to uh, bring full circle to that change that you want in your life. Second card I pull is the ring, and the ring in Lenormand talks about commitment, but at the same time is coming to full circle as well. So you are in a commitment towards bettering yourself, and the universe is behind you in making this happen, right? Um, think about, you know, going back to full circle, but it's also the wheel at the same time, right? Things are coming cyclical. The moment from stability to chaos
I
to
love
change,
that word, cyclical.
coming, yeah, coming back into to level, right? So you are in that position, but that is only the beginning. This was the first card I showed, and I shuffled it, and it came back again. So this is the
Like
beginning
that.
of growth, you know, of giving birth to a new life for yourself. So keep strong, my dear, because great things are happening. The universe is recognizing that, you know, it is a something beautiful that is coming your way. And it's inviting you to hunt. Never be never lay
Ah,
down, right? Always go forward like the Gemini you are, searching, hunting for that knowledge, that experience, and that wisdom that you have and to share with others. And that's what I got for you.
awesome. Yeah, Jackal says it seems like the eclipse would mean something is obscuring your inner light and indicate something something to get away from. Yes, something to get away from. That ties in with this is now is the time to move. Now is the time to make. Now is the time to do things. Now is your pivot point. Now is the catalyst.
Mhm.
That's the word I was looking for, catalyst. Now is your catalyst for change.
Yeah, and
Um,
sometimes difficulties are the catalyst for change. It's that push, that life that the universe gives us to be able to go forward. You know, if my life did not have problems, I wouldn't be where I am. You know, it's that series of problem and challenges that makes you go forward and you discover the things and it takes you to paths that at the end there when you look back you see and say it was worth it. So
I love that. Thank you, Ramon. So we've got Sonia asking for a reading. Hi, Sonia. How are you? Did you
good
have
night,
anything specific?
good night, Gerald. He's
I'm
going to
sorry,
bed.
what?
Gerald's going to bed. Have a good night, Gerald.
Oh, good night, Gerald. I love him. Serious, Gerald. And I tell everybody this. Gerald was the first one to take a chance and be a guest on my channel, and I will be forever grateful to him for that. Um, he's a good guy. And Jonathan, if you're still watching, yeah, there you are. So check it out, Jonathan. I upgraded the internet just because of our show that we did when it kept jacking up, and I apologize again. Um,
You see, the difficulty move you to upgrade the internet.
Move me. Yes, it is. Well, that's the whole thing about the 5 spots in tarot. They take the suits to their most challenging aspect. They're testing cards, and
Mm-hmm.
they invite you to make adjustments in your life to move forward. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so,
So
Sonia, may I
Sonja
please get a
has a
reading? Yes, my dear.
has a question, and then she elaborated on the question further up. It says, "Am I getting closer
Dime.
to my life's purpose?"
Anne says, my clear. Um, thank you, Ange. Closer to your life's purpose. I'm going to switch out my deck for you. You are the very first person I'm ever going to use this deck on. This is Witch Sister Tarot. And since you are a strong feminine energy, I guess I could tell that from here. Is that what you're asking about? Is that what you want to do? Mediumship? Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna go ahead
Mm.
and I pull 3 cards. The first card is
Go ahead, my
a
friend.
tarot card. Yeah, the first card is the 10 of coins, which is the 10 of pentacles, and this is a card that talks about fulfillment. Is that cycle coming together, right? It's abundance, it's long-term success. And this what it tells me is that you will reach the point of wholeness, that everything will come to full circle in which you will feel uh, abundance, not necessarily in the material sense, more than anything in the spiritual sense. Um,
This one.
so there is a signal there that definitely you will reach to that point in which you will feel you've gotten to your purpose. Second card I pull is from the Lenormand Oracle. It's not a Lenormand card, but part of the Oracle, and it's the pillar. And the pillar talks about stability, something that is sturdy, something that is dependable, the backbone, the foundation of something. So this gift that you're trying to develop will be the backbone for you to be able to to bring that wholeness into your life, but also to share it with others. Now, the third card I pulled is ego. And this could have like different levels or meaning. What I feel is always believe in yourself. You know, a lot of the times that we question if our what's our purpose, if I'm able to reach our purpose, and a lot of times just with that uh, s- that level of doubt, we block ourselves, right? So keep your ego in check. More than anything, it's believing in yourself, right? Make sure that what it signals is growth, and that you have the possibility of branching out into whichever way you want. So yes, you will reach your life purpose, but it all comes it all depends on your frame of mind and how you approach that growth. That's what I got for you.
Okay, my dear. Um, First thing I want to say is this is the first time I'm using this deck, and the first card I drew is the Queen of Wands. But on this deck, it's called the Queen of Trees, and I'm not crazy about the picture because I haven't read the story behind it yet. But the Queen of Wands is the queen of the unseen, the queen of magic, the queen of willpower. Okay, this is saying that you have the ability to do it. The natural inbred talent lies within you. I'm pretty sure Ramon and I can both feel that from here. This goes back to what we were talking about computers being able to be used for divination and things like that. Um, I do have the
Also,
Queen of Wands. Please.
you don't know. Can you show that card again? The first card,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
there's
Sure.
a the imagery is so similar. You know, it's a
Oh, yeah.
plants. It's a nature branching out. So, if from the head, right? So I was mentioning to her that her growth all comes down to your frame of mind. How is it that you approach it? You know, this was the last card, and that card
It,
confirms this as well.
it's funny you should say frame of mind because your oracle card that I brought from the Dark Moon Oracle deck is Pisces, I believe, the 12th house of the zodiac. Um, Pisces, in this sense, is saying follow your dreams because it's a mutable sign. Mutable signs prepare for the next step. But it's also the house of secrets. So I get the feeling you are not, you're afraid. There's some fear going along with this. You're keeping what you think you can do to yourself for fear of how the world will react to you. Um, Plus, once it's out there, then where do you go? What do you do? Don't worry about that. First, worry about accepting who and what you are and that that is the path you want to be on. The last card I pulled for you is from the Cyril Marchetti Tarot of Dreams. It is the Eight of Swords. And although the Eight of Swords is a card of being trapped mentally, feeling like you don't have a direction to go in, that's an illusion. It's Gemini energy. That's all in your head. You're telling yourself you're making arguments. Okay. Somebody I know who was very close to me makes arguments for everything to delay things, to procrastinate. I'm not saying that's what you do. I'm saying that's what they've been doing. Um, I think the illusion here is you're worried about how you will be accepted and how people will react. Um, I wouldn't worry about it because this card, although it's Gemini, also carries the energy of Jupiter. Okay, it's growth, that's expansion. Ramon is absolutely right when he was saying your frame of mind is everything. this card right here has followed me for the past couple of years. I'll have a friend of mine on my channel to talk about it with me, but this Queen of Wands, it's the card of magic. It's the card of power. This is your card, okay? It's strong, right? I don't know where else to go with
Hmm.
that, but to wrap it up, you have the power,
Yeah,
believe in yourself, and any traps that you feel you're in, they're illusions, okay?
definitely.
So,
And second card you pulled was Pisces, and Pisces is uh,
Pisces.
very intuitive, very emotional, but also very spiritual. It's ruled by Neptune, and
Mhm.
Neptune, it's associated with water, so there's fluidity, there is intuition, there is
Pisces
there's
has
a there's
the moon card energy also.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you want to have that spirituality with it. I love this new deck, Ramon. This Witch Sister. I was worried about it to tell you
Mm-hmm.
the truth because it is so female powerful. I
Mm-hmm.
felt kind of guilty having it as a man. You know, did I have a right to use this deck? But
Mm-hmm.
um, most of the people, my ancestors were whispering in my ear when I was doing the unboxing video, and that never happened. So I
That
think this
deck,
deck is going to be very useful for me in the future.
Witch
Um,
Sister.
who did we have next? Witch Sister Tarot. Wait,
No, I was joking with it. I was like, Witch
um,
Sister.
what you? Oh, Witch Sister. Yeah, and look at this Justice card. Let me hold this up. Now that I've got good internet, you could actually see. Isn't that creepy cool?
I love it. Mm-hmm.
Look, it's this deck is yeah. You don't.
That's how
It's a don't
that's
fuck around
that's
deck.
how I
That's
look in
the
the
only way I
mornings.
can think to say it. I think everyone watching finds that hard to believe, my friend.
uh,
So, Maruta, where are you? I saw your question. Where did it go? Oh, general message. There you are, my dear. Maruta is one of the first people I remember seeing on my channel, and so
yes,
she will
mine
always
too.
hold a special place in my heart for that.
Hmm.
Now,
You have to do more lives, Maruta. I love your lives. I seen your lives. I really enjoyed it.
yeah, general.
Mm.
You know what? There you are. I've got to move these cards behind me. I don't know if you guys can see. This is my working rack of decks that I use for clients. I need to put it somewhere off to the side where I could just reach around and grab a deck. It looks good in the center, though. Better to look good than feel good, as Billy Crystal used to say. All right. Hmm. So, Maruta, I'm going to go ahead and go because I think I've got them pulled faster than Ramon did and let him examine his cards a minute. I have 3 cards for you, my dear. The first card is the Ramon card. We have the mountain. Okay. I like this deck because it looks very comic books. So before I tell you what that means, I'm going to give you the second card. which is the Three of Pentacles upside down. So we've got the Mountain, which is difficulties that you need to overcome. And then we've got Three of Pentacles, which is all about working with other people. So this is saying that working with other people may not be the easiest thing for you to do right now. I get the feeling there's people in your life um, that are starting to bug you. We have the last card is the sixth house, routine. This is Leo. I get the feeling that you're bored or not being challenged working with the people you're currently working with or dealing with. Um, you're just kind of over them. My question to you, let me go down here to the comments. Do you feel it? My question is, oh, you got the reference I did, and darling, you look marvelous. It's from Saturday Night Live. She got the reference. Is this work or community? That's my question. Is I'm getting the feeling of boredom, difficulty, that you just can't. You're having trouble working with other people. Mama D is here. Hello, Dolores. Ramon, I would like to introduce you and everybody to Dolores Smith. We call her Mama D in my town. She teaches tarot. She is one of my best friends in the world. And when I'm having difficulty, she is one of the first people in my life to be there.
Hello,
And I
Mama
just
D.
love you so much, Mama. So we had routine, as I was saying, your sixth house. This is Leo. This is how you express yourself. I get the feeling you're not able to express yourself in the way you want to, and that people may be um, getting on your back and they're just irritating you. So I hope that's not the case, but um, I'm going to pull an advice card. Okay. And I pulled the Seven of Stones. That's the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Isn't that a crazy cool deck? Uh, I honestly, the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a lot of wondering on your part if you're in the right place doing the right thing. Um, don't make any rash decisions, Maru. Okay. Think things through. You're a clever woman. I've seen your videos. I've seen you comment on other people's videos. Um, I think you get bored with other people easy because they're not following along with what you're saying. That's their problem, not yours. Okay. You need to be who you are. Ramon, what you got, my friend?
So I pulled 5 cards. My intention was to pull 3 only, but I had 2 jumpers. So I will read them for you. The first card I got is the Nine of Blades, and the Nine of Blades is like the Nine of Swords in the Rider Waite, and it's a card that talks about anxiety, about some type of mental anguish, um, a feeling of joylessness, right? Remorse, possibly. So what it's telling me is that you are going through a period of some type of uh, uh, emotional, mental anxiety, right? In the pursuit of something. There is something that is troubling you. Right when I pulled this one, a second one jumped, and I have the Four of Coins, which is the Four of Pentacles. And this is the card of that man that is holding very tightly the pentacles, right? So what it's telling me is there is some type of anxiety possibly related with stability, with the search of stability, possibly in the financial level, possibly in health, is something earthly related, right? So you are in that with a sense of possibly feeling unstable, and that is causing a lot of anxiety. So the message that is coming for you is one of positivity, one of harmony. I have the harp from the Lenormand Oracle deck. Is not a Lenormand, but it's part of the Oracle. And there's a card that talks about uh, positivity heading your way, the support from the divine realm, heavenly help, spiritual support. They're there to aid you during these troublesome times that you might be going through, right? There is support from the universe. And a lot of these things are on the mental level. They're illusions, right? Why do I say that? Because the fourth card I pulled from the oracle is deception. And if you see as these snakes coming out of the head, right? Um, it's you might be going back and forth in these cycles, of anxiety, feeling stable, going back into stress. But the message here is to go to your spirit guards, right? The spiritual realm is there to support you at all times. There's positivity always behind you, and it's an invitation just to connect with your guides. These mental things are just, an illusion. There is support, there is love from your spiritual guides, and there's a very positive path opening always in front of you. Just look at it always that way. That's what I got for you.
Thank you, Ramon. Hershey, thank you. Remember to do all the YouTubey things like and subscribe to both their channels. I want to say before we go on a side note, because Mama D is here, she gave me this deck. This Lenormand deck that I've been using in lives lately, she's the one who gave it to me, and it is my favorite Lenormand deck. So thank you, Mama.
Which Lenormand is that?
We have Needman.
Mm. Oh,
It's
uh
this one.
the Malefique, the
It's got
Malefique
a tarot
Lenormand.
deck, Malefic. Yeah, it's got a
Yes.
tarot deck that accompanies it,
Oh,
and I
really?
don't
I
have it
I have
yet.
I have that Lenormand. I don't have the tarot deck.
Yeah, the tarot deck is coming home with me very soon. So we had somebody else. I love reading
It's
with you, Ramon.
it's been an hour already. It's been almost an hour already.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go for about 7 more minutes. Is that cool with you? Like one more reading. We'll
Yeah.
do one more reading, and then yeah, I didn't realize I get locked up in readings, so
I mean, I
I'm
don't mind. I'm good.
excited. Okay. Yeah, but you're on a different time zone than I am. I have to remember that. I have to be respectful of that. I'm 3 hours
I'm
ahead
good.
of you. So although it's
I don't work
8:30
tomorrow.
now.
I'm off tomorrow.
Oh hell. Okay.
Let's
Well,
see.
we'll see what kind of
Um,
questions pop up.
if you have time, I will love a reading to help with upcoming transitions. Thanks, Annie.
This is
Or
definitely a Santa Muerte deck. And because it's a question about transitions, dear, I'm going to break. I said I wasn't going to use a Butler deck. I lied. I'm going to use the
that happens to me
Hecate
all the
Path.
time.
I try so hard not to. I really do. Well, because if I use the same decks over and over, I don't use other decks and I get in a rut.
Yeah, and I always have it on hand. Like literally, look, I have it right here, both of them.
Yeah, I know. I had to move my Healing Light Tarot into the other room so I wouldn't grab it.
It's
It's
addictive.
true. For those of you who don't know Chris Butler's decks, go get the Healing Light Tarot. It's visually stunning, but there's something about it that just is. it speaks to a wide variety of questions, and I love it.
Hmm.
And I don't know if I told you, Ramon, I'm putting together a Healing Light Tarot class, actually. So
Oh, really?
yeah, I'm going to teach on his deck. Yeah, I already sent him the class syllabus so he could check it out. He said it was good. He made some suggestions on things, so I'm
Hmm.
making those corrections. Right. And then I got one. Astringo. Mama D, check out my new deck that I got, the Witch Sister Tarot. You know the deck I'm talking about. She works at the same place I do. We both read tarot cards at the same store. I bought it. The one that was sitting up there on the shelf, I bought it. Okay. Two.
I'm gonna go first because
Yes,
I'm
sir.
ready. Okay. So I
Okay,
have
ready.
four cards. Okay, I have four cards for you. The first card is from tarot, and it's the Ace of Coins. And the Ace of Coins is a beautiful card. And there's a card that talks about new beginnings, about abundance, about prosperity, in all areas in your life. A lot of it is in the physical realm, financial, health, stability, on things that are material. So if that is the case with your upcoming transition, this is a sign that this new beginning is a positive one. The universe is there to support you, is giving you a hand to be able to facilitate and smoothen out this transition you're going into. Usually when we go in transition, we're leaving things behind. Uh, but second card I pulled is the perfume card. The perfume card, what it talks about is fond memories, sweetness, um, uh, comforting memory. So, what it tells me is even though you're moving from one period, one situation into a positive one, just take those positive things, those positive memories, those positive experiences from one cycle to the next one. Just incorporate the positive things, the things that you gain as wisdom, and apply it to the next one. um, be in check with the following. I got two oracle cards, and one it says apathy, and this what tells me is to be careful with the way you approach new situations. Always be receptive, even though it's something that at first doesn't appeal to you. Just take it for what it is, and see there's always something behind it. But in general terms, this new transition you're coming into is going to be a very positive one. That got confirmed from the first one, but is also from the last one. And the last one is about joy. This new transition will bring a lot of really positive things, a lot of joy, a lot of growth, a lot of new experiences that's going to enhance your capabilities and your life experience into a very, very beautiful and positive direction. That's what I got for you.
I love it. I have questions about your transitions. My question is it a physical transition? And I'll tell you why in a second. I pulled three cards from you for you. One is from my Hecate Path deck. Okay. The card is called Origins, and this is an aspect of the goddess called Prostistos. Okay. The primordial goddess. This is the origin. This is the beginning. This is going back to the roots of things. The reason I asked if it was a physical transition, if you're moving somewhere, because I'm using the Cyril Marchetti Tarot of Dreams deck, and this deck comes with special cards called Palace cards. You've got the Palace of Coins. Now, this tells me either you're moving locations or you're changing jobs because it deals with coins. Okay, maybe you're starting into retiring from one
which
job
is
and practicing more sound healing.
hmm
Hound healing. Okay.
which is the first card I got
All right.
too. The first card I got too is also, a Pentacles card. And it deals in the physical realm.
Yeah, I think you are now
The Ace of Coins.
the Palace of Coins, allowing you to work in a new arena. I'm assuming that you're going to be working from home more or in an environment where you will be more in control. And although that sounds awesome on the get go, looking to travel and share more spirit work, yeah, you'll have more control over your life. It sounds good on paper, but the practicalities of it, anybody watching who is a spiritual healer or a tarot reader or a professional witch or something in that arena will tell you that there's a lot of fear and doubt that goes along with it. And I'm bringing this up because the last card I drew for you is the Strength card upside down. This is telling me that although you have a direction you're going in, you're still uncertain about things. I know I'm tying in the Leo aspect. The strength is associated with Leo. Leos need to be seen, they need to shine. Um, I'm seeing that you're afraid to shine right now. And she says, yes, uncertain. I get that, my love. I get that. Um, I'm going to tell you this with love. Okay. Get the fuck over it. It's time for you to reach down, grab your power by the Kundalini, and step into it. Okay. You are off on a new adventure. The thing is, it's not a new adventure. This has been going for a long time. The only difference is you're changing the perception that people have. You've been doing this forever. It's all about perception. Just look at it that way. You're not doing anything different than what you've been doing. Now you're doing it with a smile and a nod of the head. That's the only difference. All right. So I'm excited for you. Lean into it. Okay. She says, haha, yes. Okay, good. I'm assuming are you a she? I've been saying she. I apologize. I don't know your real name. Um, is it? I. So yeah. How you doing, Ramon?
I'm good. I'm good.
You good to
I'm
go?
just having
Okay.
my yeah, I'm having some chamomile tea. It hasn't kicked yet, but I'm good.
See, I'm about to go have my. That's what was in my cup is peppermint tea.
Mm.
Uh, Jonathan says he loves the Healing
Oh
Light
my god,
Tarot,
yeah.
and the
I
Hecate
have two
Oracle.
copies. I have two copies of this deck. I have also the Quantum Tarot, which he
Yeah,
collaborated with. It's a beautiful deck. I had the
yeah.
Hecate Oracle too. I haven't
Talk
used
to
it
him
yet,
about the Quantum
but
Tarot. Get him to tell you those
uh,
stories.
yeah. But this is my top favorite. It's one of my top favorites. And I always have it accessible. I have it right here in front of me at all times.
Honestly, my favorite deck has been Dancing in the Dark. This has been my favorite deck to work with lately.
Mm.
And what I do when I do fairs or if I have clients come to the house for readings, if they're not on the phone, I let them choose the deck to start off with. Um, and It's either the Healing Light Tarot or Dancing in the Dark. Those are the two decks that people choose.
Mm,
So I love
interesting.
this deck. We're still open for questions. Ramon, did I miss a question?
I don't think so. Let's see. There's different comments.
I started with the
No, I
Healing.
don't think
John says he started with the Healing Light Tarot app.
with the Healing Like Tarot app. There's an app. There's an app for that.
App?
There's an app for that.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, you
Hello,
guys. Everything has just
Tom
stopped
is
right here.
here. Tom is here.
Ah,
Hello, Tom.
what up, boy?
We've been here for an hour shuffling cards, answering questions, talking about skeletons and skulls, sharing stories. Nothing metaphysical. I mean, nothing. I was just sharing that I love skeleton and bone
So
motifs.
I have a question for you, Ramon. What is your
Mm-hmm.
scariest tarot deck that you have difficulty actually bringing yourself to use in a reading?
Mm, my God, it's actually a Santa Muerte, one of my Santa Muerte ones. Um,
Really?
yes, yes, because I don't know, it has a strange energy. I love Santa Muerte. I'm devoted to Santa Muerte. She's one of my saints. She's my spiritual guides. And I have many different oracles related with oracle and tarot decks related with Santa Muerte. But there is one of them, and it's not scare. It's not that I'm scared of it. It has a very intense energy, very intense. And I used it once. It gave me like amazing accurate readings, but it's really powerful. I used that like two times. I put it away, but I want to work more with it, and tap further into that energy and see what it gives me.
I think Necro. I don't see it, Ramon. My screen
What's
keeps
that?
going blank, so I'm not sure what's going. My screen was going blank, so I wasn't sure if you
Mm,
were talking or not. I apologize for cutting you
that's
off.
okay.
I was saying that the one deck that I have trouble actually bringing myself to use in readings are like the Goetia in Darkness and the Necro 13 deck, because
Mm,
people look at the images on them and they just get a little freaked out. So I kind of keep those for shadow work purposes. But
mm-hmm.
honestly, at this time of year, they're going out. They are in my working stack. I don't know what to call them.
The
Yeah,
decks, yeah, that's
Thomas is the
it's fun
the
by.
early. That's this one right here.
Yeah,
It's a yeah.
that's on my wish list.
They're so beautiful. John says I can't work with the book of Azathoth tarot. I did an unboxing video. I haven't been able to take it out of the box since. Boy, you ain't kidding. The angel deck, this one, the Notoria and Light, that's another one I took out of the deck, did a review on it. Never really touched it again. I think it's going into the giveaway section at the Coven when I go to the
Mm.
next. Actually, what do we got in the comments?
So Tom says it's an interesting deck, but I just don't like working with it just for visual reasons. I have to really I have to I have to have really good light to use it. Okay. Maybe it's hard to see. Is that what it is? That it's hard to like interpret the images?
Yeah. Maru just
Do you
called me the
feel
Wish
that's
version of Ramon.
oh god. No,
That's
you're the
jacked
wet.
up. It's true, but it's jacked up.
No, you're the West Coast version. I'm the East Coast.
The West
Cause
Coast
you're
Ramon. I like that. I'm gonna make a T-shirt. I
and
like that.
I'm the East Coast Bobby.
You're the East Coast Bobby. That's awesome. We got this stuff taken care of. Uh there is, it's a chthonic Cthulhu Dace deck. It's a deck that's hard to handle. That's the Thoth deck that you were saying, Jonathan. There is another Cthulhu deck that's really creepy looking, and I haven't even bothered to put that on my wish list yet. When I run out of all other tarot decks, I'll get it.
You know, I'm very open to work with any deck. Really, I don't like decks related with demonology. I don't
That's
deal
the
with that.
Goetia deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Goetia and the Notoria deals with the Lesser Keys of Solomon, and that's not my vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to be a gift, but they are good collectors thingies. So
Yeah, not that I'm afraid of it. It's just it's an energy that I don't understand or have experience with, and I'm good where I'm at.
the Thoth deck was like that for me for years and years, decades. I wouldn't use
Mm-hmm.
the Thoth deck because of the perceived associations with it from Aleister
Mm-hmm.
Crowley. But once you get past him, it's a
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal deck. It is the best
Hmm.
deck for path working and for self exploration that I've ever come across. That's why I teach classes in it. Ramon, I actually am going to go ahead and call it for tonight because I have to go get something to eat. My
All
stomach is
right.
starting to mess with me.
What are you gonna eat?
I
What's for
think
dinner?
not tuna. What is it? Teriyaki. We have teriyaki chicken noodles that I made earlier.
Oh,
I
okay.
literally, because we didn't plan on doing this, you guys. We were
Not at
just chit
all.
chatting.
Not at
Let's go
all.
live. So I
Yeah,
literally finished cooking.
I I casually
Yeah,
just texted you, "Hey, how you doing?" And you
yeah,
talk about the internet. Let's go live to test it, and it wasn't planned.
yeah.
So,
I need it, and apparently it's working really well. I mean, oh my gosh, Ramon was so bad the other day, but we've got on the 28th 5 readers, 5 guys together: Ramon, Bobby, Gerald Schwab, Tarot Stash, and
hmm
Chris Butler, Sacred Tarot, and Ken Payne, Hecate, Polymorphos. I think he
hmm
changed his
and
channel
we're
name to Aditon of Hecate, Polymorphos.
mm,
But
and
yeah, I'm so
I'm gonna have
excited
a
for it.
costume on. I'll have
Me
costumes on.
too. I
Yeah,
already
and
told
why
everybody
not?
wear
It's a
costumes.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
How
That's gonna
often
be
do we get
fun.
to do that?
I
I'm
know.
I'm not
I'm
going
gonna
to
be
tell what I
really
got, but
creepy.
yeah,
I'm gonna
I
be
bet I
very
can out
creepy.
creep you. Let's find out. This is going to be so
We'll see.
exciting.
We'll see.
Okay, let's see. Check the comments before we go. It does, Hershey. It sounds like a good time. They are an awesome bunch of guys, and I am lucky to be considered part of them.
Yes.
So everybody, with that yawn coming out of Mr. Ramon's mouth, I think that is telling
The
us that it's
chamomile
time to go.
tea is
So
hitting. All right.
the chamomile tea
Have a
is
good night,
hitting. So I want to
everybody.
thank
Yeah.
everybody for joining us. We'll see you later.
Have a good night.